What's going on, y'all? Back with the heat for the streets, man. Take a Showtime. Look, I want to congratulate cast of SNL and Dave Chappelle and um, Lauren Marcos last night. You know, basically the whole crew at NBC last night, man. For a great episode of SNL. I ain't watched SNL for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I just found out like recently, from an interview that he did that Jay Farrell left. You know what I'm saying? But I was excited to find out that Dave Chappelle was doing the episode of the Chappelle Show a couple weeks ago. And last night the show aired. It's the first time Dave Chappelle been on network television since Dave Chappelle show ended in 2006. Actually, well, no, I won't say that. No, actually, he left in early 2005. Chappelle's show, like late 2004, 2005. Chappelle's show officially ended in 2006, but he wasn't a part of it for the last couple of years. But it's been a couple years since he's been on Chappelle's show. Network television at all. No real network specials, comedy specials. But he has been touring. He has been doing shows in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. All across the country and stuff. And he would be on TMZ a little bit. If you count that as him doing TV. But I guess that's him doing interviews, so I wouldn't really count that. When they got him on the actual TV show, from of him like on Skype or something, and he talking to him. I guess that would count, but then again, I don't really count that. I'm talking about him like doing something, that's produced and written and scripted out and stuff like that, or a comedy special or something. But he did good, man. That opening monologue was about 30 minutes. Yeah, the opening monologue was about 30 minutes. He killed it. It basically was just like he never left. Like he was funny, he was sharp, he was quick. It was, the timing was right. The jokes were on point. The skits, I'm gonna get to the skits in a minute. The opening monologue, like I said, was about 30 minutes. He basically trolled the crowd and trolled America, and basically was like, look, basically was like, y'all basically elected an internet troll as y'all president. You know what I'm saying? Everything that Donald Trump been saying on this campaign, all that racist shit, is everything an internet troll would say on the internet when they're mad. When they know you can't see their face, or you don't know where they live at. The internet troll would the fake profile with a celebrity name or a video game character name or some shit like that. And obviously Saturday Night Live is filmed in New York, where he filmed Chappelle's show at. So he has a big base audience over there. And it sounded like, I couldn't see the crowd, but it sounded like he got a standing ovation. That crowd was loud. It was ready to see him. He mixed it up. And it was great, man. And the skits, some of the skits, I'm happy I'm happy for two things about about a couple of skits I seen. First, the Walking Dead skit. First off, he brought back some of his old characters. The only two that he didn't bring were the ones from Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories, the Rick James and Prince skits. And I was actually upset a little bit that he didn't do the Prince one, because I felt like it would have been perfect timing to kind of pay homage to Prince a little bit. Because obviously Prince, like, Prince didn't have a problem with the Chappelle skits. You know, anybody that was around at that time, I seen an interview with Mickey Free like a few months ago, and he basically confirmed everything that Charlie Murphy said all those years ago about those stories about him and Prince playing basketball. He said all that shit was true, and he said Prince thought it was funny. He said Prince would run into Dave and run into Charlie Murphy, and he thought it was funny. He was like, man, I don't have a problem with it. He was like, it's all true. So, and they did a good job of impersonating me, you know. So I thought that he should have did a skit with Prince, portraying Prince a little bit. But I guess he did it out of respect. I know one person said he probably did it, you know, out of respect because obviously Rick James and Prince are obviously deceased. So I can understand why he didn't do it. The second thing is he brought back Chris Rock to SNL for at least that one skit, that election night skit with the two white girls and the white guy, where they basically was just like where he basically was trolling them, saying like because everybody was like, how could they elect this racist? They basically was talking about how everybody thought Hillary was going to win. They're like, oh man, yeah, she's going to win by a landslide. And then it turned into, oh man, she might win by, she's going to win by 10 points. You know, he's not going to come close. And then they were like, oh, it's getting tight, but she'll probably win by like 5 points. And then later in the night, they was just like, oh man, you know, he's not going to win, man. You know, they're swinging the vote. You know, we still got Pennsylvania, we still got New York, and we still got Florida, and you know. And then all the states Trump won. He was like, of course he's going to win Texas. Of course he's going to win. Of course he's going to win Michigan and Idaho and all. Like we still got Alaska. We still got Alaska, and we still got Florida. And then Florida went to Trump, and then Alaska went to Trump, and then you know, and then the reality started to set in for the white people. That basically like, how in the hell could America vote for this racist? They're like. And they said, "Oh my God!" And they basically said, "Oh my God!" like the punchline was basically like, "Oh my God, America is racist." And Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock being the black people in the room, they basically were like, "Yeah, yeah, we knew that for about 40 years that America is racist against black people and Muslims and women and all that other stuff, man. Like we knew that already, and." But the rest of America starting to realize it too. That's why you see all these protests happening, you know, in D.C. and California and Virginia and Oregon and all these other places around the country. You know, that's not they are racially tolerant. If that's the correct term. But racially sensitive, racially tolerant, stuff like that. But I mean, that was so funny. And then the other thing, like I said, he brought back Chris Rock, and like I said, he brought back some of the characters from the Chappelle show. He brought back obviously Tyrone Biggums for the Walking Dead skit. He brought back Chuck Taylor, the white news reporter. He brought back Clayton Bigsby, which is so apropos. I mean, good God. I mean, you got all these coons out here that act like Clayton Bigsby and, you know, Clayton Bigsby ass motherfucker. I call like all these motherfuckers that voted for Trump, all these black dudes that voted for Trump, you know what I'm saying? I call them Clayton Bigsby mamas. I call them Clayton Bigsby motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Clayton Bigsby ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? They are the epitome of white supremacists and black skin. And now you understand why that Dave Chappelle skit all those years ago in that first episode. Remember, he did that on the first episode. He thought he was going to get canceled for that. He thought he was going to get canceled for that after the first episode when he did that. Because it offended so many people. But you understand how so funny and so ironic that is now that you see how everybody is now that Trump is elected. You know what I'm saying? We knew it was people out there like that, but now we actually get to see their face. We get to see what, you know, we work with them. We grew up with them. You know, we see them every day in passing and stuff. We might have conversations with these dudes. Not, you know, not about politics, but about sports and about family and about holiday plans and stuff like that. But we see these people. These people exist, and I'm glad he brought that character back. Obviously, brought Clayton Bigsby back, Tyrone Biggums, Chuck Taylor, the white news reporter, and he brought back the player haters. And like I said, he brought back Donnell Rollins, but he didn't bring back Charlie Murphy. I don't know why. Like I said, it might be a scheduling thing, but I wish he probably would have brought Charlie Murphy back. It'd have been so much funnier had they had all three of them to come back. But Charlie do stand up and stuff, so he probably be touring and stuff like that. So he probably didn't have the time. Um, and that was just some of the things I've seen. But and he did another skit with. I mean, he did another skit where he came in at the end. He wasn't really in the skit, except for like the last little bit for the punchline. But he mixed it up with Leslie Jones and Kenan Thompson and all these other and all the other cast members on SNL. And I wish Jay Farrell was still there because I would have liked to see him mix it up with Jay. But I mean maybe we'll get something with them in the future. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to lead to something. Probably not, because I don't really feel like he wants to be immersed in that Hollywood world again. I feel like this is just a one-off. I feel like he won't get another. I mean, he might get some network specials out of this, but I don't think he'll get a full-on like TV show or talk show like Arsenio Hall got back in the day, or even get a reboot of Chappelle show like Arsenio Hall got his Arsenio Hall show rebooted and stuff like that. I don't think this is really going to lead to anything like that. Even if we get like one HBO or Showtime special like he had a few years ago, that'd be good. But I don't see him doing another sketch comedy show. I can see him probably doing a TV series, a comedy series, but I don't see him really wanting to do another like Chappelle show or anything like that. And honestly, I didn't even think he was going to be able to get away with some of the shit that he got away with. I mean, I clearly heard this dude say nigga a couple times, like unedited and shit. And and like in the opening monologue, I think he like legitimately apologized to Lauren Michael because he said something. I forgot what he said in the opening monologue, but he was like, sorry, Lauren. And it was just so funny to me, man. It was so funny to me. I miss the dude, yo. Like, I mean, you would never find another Chappelle show, bro. You would never find another Chappelle show. Like, I thought, like, growing up, I didn't watch SNL. I knew some of the alum, like Eddie Murphy and all, because everybody was like, oh, they came from SNL before they was big stars. Sandler and all of them, but I didn't watch SNL. I really started to watch SNL, like, right around the time Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig started to come on. After that, after that, I stopped really watching. I was always a Mad TV guy. You know what I'm saying? I was always a Mad TV guy. Growing up, late 90s, early 2000s, with that cast. Earth Spears, Deborah Wilson, Alex Bornstein, Nicole Sullivan, all of them, Michael McDonald. I grew up watching them. And when Dave Chappelle came on, I said, man, you will never find another TV show that is that raunchy ever again. And I thought Matt TV was that way until I seen this dude get on Comedy Central with South Park at its highest peak. And then you had Carlos Mencia. I mean, Comedy Central was on a roll. I don't think we'll ever see anybody like Dave Chappelle again, bro. And like I said, hopefully this leads to something, maybe a comedy special, maybe a TV show, but I don't see him doing that. I could probably see him doing one comedy special, and that's it. But I mean, those are just my thoughts on the the monologue. I mean, the show as a whole, with the sketches that he was in. Those just my thoughts, man. Um, I feel like he did a good job. He did a good job for being away from the limelight for about 12 plus years.